Hey everyone, it's Christophe Choo from Coldwell Banker in Beverly Hills this Thursday afternoon about 3:30 in Los Angeles. And it's been a really rough day for Southern Californians here the last couple of days. Many of you around the world have been seeing the news about the devastating fires going all around Ventura County and last night starting in Los Angeles in the Bel Air area of LA, which is an area I work in, I live nearby, and it's been really tough, and I want to talk a little bit about fires and fire prevention and protecting yourself in these kinds of situations, because none of us expect these things to happen, but in life, whether it's an earthquake, a flood, a hurricane, if you're prepared and plan, you can be safer when these things happen. So this is the scene starting last night about 4 a.m., or actually this was 5:30 a.m., where literally major parts of the Bel Air mountainsides were in flames. And starting at 6 o'clock this morning, I'm getting texts and calls from friends and clients in that specific area that were evacuating their homes, grabbing the dogs, grabbing the jewelry, their important papers, and getting out of the house because they can see flames from their bedroom, which must be terribly, terribly frightening. So first of all, thank gosh I've been on the phone with a lot of my friends and clients today. So far, everyone's safe. So far, everyone's homes are safe, thank gosh. But one of my good friends, I just spoke to her, the flames, they have a 4-acre property in Bel Air, and the flames literally came up right to their driveway, burned part of their acreage on the hillside. But luckily, they do what's right, meaning having a large amount of what we call brush clearance away from the home to protect in case of fires. So I wanted to talk specifically about that. So first of all, LA, anything up in the hills is considered a brush fire zone. Whether you're in Malibu, Brentwood, Hollywood Hills, Beverly Hills, Bel Air, Los Feliz, these are all hillside properties, and there's a lot of beautiful foliage of trees all around these neighborhoods. And being a resident of whether you're in Los Angeles or Beverly Hills, every year we get the City of Los Angeles fire notice from the fire commissioner that basically is a form they send you that says, have you checked your property? Have you done the proper brush clearance? A lot of people get these forms. You can self-sign an affidavit because the city of LA or Beverly Hills doesn't have enough manpower to send firemen out every day to every home to check to make sure you have the proper clearance from your home to the end of the property line to make sure that when these fires do occur, they don't come up to the home and burn down your property. So first of all, and even if you're not in Los Angeles, I'm sure this is anywhere in the country or in the world, you know, one of the things, I don't have the booklet in front of me, but one of the things I learned is you need about 50, I don't know if it's 50 to 100 feet of clearance from your home itself to the nearest trees and bushes. Because if those trees and bushes are too close to the house itself, and those trees catch fire and they fall down, hit the house, then you have a much bigger chance of getting your house burned down. So for example, my friend who I just got off the phone with, they have a very large area between their front door, big motor court driveway, a grass putting green, and thank God the flames went right up to the fence and wall at the putting green, but because there was maybe 50 feet of clearance from the fence, putting green to the front door, thank gosh their house was safe. So as an LA resident or a Beverly Hills resident, when you get these brush clearance notices every year, really get your landscapers to the house, spend the money. I know it's a lot of money. Sometimes it can cost tens of thousands of dollars every year to clear the brush and the trees away from the property. And the Los Angeles Fire Department do have booklets about brush clearance and how far to keep the brush away. It's a whole booklet, which I'm sorry I didn't have it here, that shows you exactly what kind of plants to have near the house, how far to have them away from the house. And you know, even some of my clients are smart enough, they have had sprinklers installed in the trees, kind of like fire sprinklers in a home, so that if there's heat nearby, these sprinklers will go off in the trees, wet the trees to, again, protect your home from fires. I mean, I was thinking, and we talked with my friends today, to think of, first of all, thank God they're safe, their homes are safe, but in a heartbeat, your house can be gone. Everything you own, all your photos, your family possessions can all be gone. Look, we can replace furniture. I mean, the Getty Museum was in jeopardy this morning, and I was thinking about all of the incredible millennium of artwork and sculptures and things that could have been lost. So anyways, I just wanted to share, first of all, thanking that everyone is safe that I know. We have to be very careful because it's still going on. It's not really contained yet. There are embers, and we have these big Santa Ana winds coming tonight and tomorrow morning. So I was talking to friends and clients that get those sprinklers on, get the things wet, get everything as protected as you can, get whatever thing you can, even though some of them can't go back in those areas yet. So again, my advice is, Check your fire clearance, even if you're not in a fire brush zone. Just make sure you don't have lots of dry brush near the house, because that's what catches fire, and then the house goes up in flames. So just be very careful of that. Number two, something I've experienced personally, I have a number of properties. We have lots of different earthquake policies, fire policies, flood policies of insurance, and sometimes mail gets lost, you don't get the renewal paper, and I've had situations where all of a sudden I'll get a cancellation notice and I didn't even know that I forgot to pay the premium on one of my properties, and thank gosh nothing happened, knock on wood. But if you don't pay your premium and you just happen to be the day you have an earthquake, a fire, a flood, and you're not covered, you're in some trouble. So my advice is, if you live in a brush zone, make sure to check your fire department notice every year, maybe twice a year in Los Angeles. Make sure your gardener or landscaper takes care of making sure that all of the foliage is cleared away near the house. Maybe have sprinklers in the trees or certain areas to protect against that. Always check your fire insurance policies, your earthquake policies, your flood policies, hurricane policies. So maybe, have a spreadsheet, and maybe every couple of months just go online, check your policies, make sure they're in force, make sure they're up to date, make sure you have the proper amounts of coverage for your insurance, because look, we all spend a lot of money on insurance for our properties and homes, and knock on wood, usually nothing ever happens, but you don't want to be that one time, that one place where your policy lapsed, you didn't have the proper coverage. So this is a really great time for all of you to check all of your insurance policies, make sure they're in force, make sure you have the proper coverage, make sure your home has a proper fire protection zone around you. I'm sure you can Google fire protection zones for a home. There's a lot of government organizations that talk about that. And just make sure to protect your family. And if, in fact, you get that call at 4 o'clock in the morning or someone knocking on your door, forget about the valuables. Get your loved ones, get your kids, get your important photos and your important papers, which you should have nearby, and get out of the house. So for those of you that are affected, can't go in your homes, I posted earlier all of the local shelters where you can go, because if you have to leave your house, a lot of my clients are at coffee shops, at friends' homes, they got pets. So, and Mara Chindris, what a sweet thing you did earlier, saying her house is open to people in the fire zone. So this is a time for us to help support each other any way we can, and just protect each other. And just a little bit of advice as an agent and as a human being: check your policies, no matter what kind of zone you live in, whatever natural disasters can occur in your neighborhood, just make sure you're properly insured and protected. And if those things happen, don't be a champion. Don't stay to protect your house. A house can be redone. A house can be rebuilt. A life cannot be. And the lives of your pets, your family, that's all that really matters. So again, I'm so happy all my friends are safe. Everyone be really careful the next couple of days with these big Santa Ana winds. Everyone in Ventura, we have friends affected in Ventura as well. So anyways, thank you, James. I appreciate that. We're safe in Beverly Hills. Luckily, we have not been affected. This is primarily the western end of Bel Air by the 405 freeway. But the freeway is now reopened. It seems like things are getting a little bit better. It's not over yet, but just wanted to share this thought and make sure everyone's safe, first of all. Make sure everyone knows they can go on my page here and find all the details of where to go for shelters. And just to make sure if you are safe, just to look at your insurance policies. Just double check, make sure you're properly protected, and take care and be safe. And hopefully everyone will come through unscathed. I know several people have lost their homes already in the Bel Air area. Hopefully no others will. And just want to share my thoughts and make sure everyone's safe and okay. So thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. And again, when you get your fire notice from the city of Beverly Hills or Los Angeles, make sure to check it and make sure you have the proper clearance so that your house is safe in case there's ever another fire like the one last night and today. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you all real soon.